Today, we're joined by movement expert Beth Lewis and preventive neurologist Dr. Kellyann Niotis, who discuss strategies to combat age-related decline through targeted exercise and the importance of challenging both the brain and the body.
What would you say to the people who say that they're in a lot of pain after they work out? Um, or, they haven't worked out in a while and then they started working out and they start feeling their joints hurting?
I say that you kinda it's unfortunate, but you kinda gotta get over that hump. I will forever use my stepdad as an example on this. So he had bilateral knee replacements. Has COPD, couldn't walk up to my fifth floor apartment in New York City because he was so out of breath and so in pain. And he started rowing and pushing hard on the machine. And now he's like running upstairs. So there is definitely a hump that you have to get over, but you just kind of have to get over the hump. And it's interesting if you focus on not the dread of starting, because all humans have the dread. I mean, it's my job. And, 95% of the time I'm like, ugh, I'm a negative 3 out of 10 for wanting to do this. But if you just focus on how good you feel after, it changes the experience. But it can actually make joint pain and arthritis feel better because the muscles contract. That's what it means.
This is where group fitness and that sense of community can be really, really powerful.
Awesome. So powerful.
Of course, we know the impacts of loneliness and isolation and how that could be detrimental to the brain, but just this sense of community, a sense of purpose, and a sense of social connectedness that you can get from group fitness in addition to the exercise benefits, it's really, like,
Yeah.
phenomenal. Something that a lot of people are kinda scared to get into because they don't wanna look silly in a class or embarrass themselves, but I encourage people to try to get over that.
Yeah. And the observational side of it too is like, if Sally can do it, I can do it. You know what I mean? It's powerful. I think the down regulation benefits of yoga are fantastic. Just the focus on breath and coordinating movements with breath. I think that can be extremely beneficial for people. Um, you know, I same with balance. Like I think that a Tai Chi practice is great. The thing about balance is it has to be challenging. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm just gonna balance on one foot while I brush my teeth. But I mean, balance training has to be hard to actually make the brain pay attention. You have to challenge it. And a lot of people get really nervous doing the things that they need to do to actually train balance. Um, but I think I mean, clearly how I train balance with every single person I work with, whether they're 20 years old or 80 years old. I put them in positions where they have to really focus and I make them move their head and I make them close their eyes and move their head and I make them, do all sorts of things.
When we think about the brain, I like to challenge people and say, "Please try something new,"
Mhm.
because the brain really loves novelty. It loves being challenged, and that's really when you're getting the most cognitive and probably motor benefit for your brain is when you're really trying something new. It's really easy to fall into a routine of doing something that we're really comfortable with because we like it or because it's just what we're used to doing and we understand how to accomplish it. I just really like to encourage people to try to step out of their comfort zone and try to do something that's challenging for your brain. And again, I think this is a great place where group fitness helps because there are other people there to encourage you and push you to keep going to try that new thing.
Yeah. The body hates the change because it's not always comfortable. It feels uncoordinated. You can be sore, but the brain loves it because it loves problem solving and creating new tools through these either connections or misfires, mistakes, or even better. In my community that I work with and teach, like we change every 6 weeks. And I always have some like completely novel thing for them to try, whether it's skipping rope or we're going to start hula hooping in the fall, stuff like that. I mean, i- it's just 6 weeks of your life to try to figure it out. And Kellyann and I have actually done some pretty interesting, like little cognitive tests on these people and how it has improved certain things for them, but also just, improving the fluid intelligence, increasing their fluid intelligence is probably the biggest win.
We hope you enjoyed this video. To access a free Mastering Brain Health course led by Dr. Richard Isaacson, visit ind.org/learn. And to directly contribute to IND's research efforts, visit ind.org/donate.